Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today we're going to talk about what is the best material for the GRE that you should be following. I don't care if you're starting out or if you've already started preparing maybe a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, but this will work for you, alright? If you're following this material, this will definitely make sure that you are improving on your test, that you're improving in your performance. And you know what? Over the years, I've figured out that it's not just the material that matters, but what matters even more is that how you use it. So by the end of this video, I want to make sure that you have the right material in front of you. You know that this is the right material that you should be following, and you also know that exactly basically how you should be using that material, and that's really important, and I'm going to focus on that in this video. So stay tuned if that's something that you're interested in. Alright, so the first thing that we want to talk about is that, by the way, a lot of you people would see that some of these material is not for free, or maybe it's not available online for free, and you would be like, no, we don't want to go for that. But I want you guys to think about it, alright? Just change your mindset a bit. You're paying $225 for the GRE, I believe. In most countries it is around $225. Let's say that you take the test, alright, you did not invest in any material, you did not study from any, paid material, and at the end of the day, you did not get your good score, basically that the score that you are looking for. You got a score like 280 or 290. Well, at the end of the day, did you actually save any money? Because now you would be taking the test again. And if you're taking the test again, you're spending $225 again. So my point is that anytime you see some paid material in this video, don't be scared about it. Don't be scared about buying it, because it's not really just spending money, it's investing in it. And a lot of times you will also see that once you've used up the material, what you can do is you can sell that material to other people who have already finished their basically who are starting their preparation. So let's say that I invest in some material today and I prepare using it, I take the test and I get my good score. And once that is done, what I can do is I can forward that material to someone else, and I can say, you know what, I paid this amount for it, you can just pay this amount and you can keep this material. So that's how it works, and trust me, it really does help you out. Okay, so I hope that clears out that phobia some people have about not purchasing any material or not investing, because you would be taking the test multiple times and it's just gonna get worse in that case. Alright, and I have also had like one initiative where you can basically get all of these things, whatever paid material there is, for even 1/3 the price. So don't worry about that, I'll bring that up later in this video. Let's just dive into the material as of now. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to think about is that the first material that you want to take care of is the Magoosh GRE package. And this is the most important package. Even if you have just started your preparation or you're near the end of it, this package, and I know I shouldn't really, term this as something as phenomenal, but this package will help you get your score increased by over 10 points. And this is almost a guarantee, and this guarantee is actually taken up by the Magoosh organization. I think they guarantee you for an 8-point boost, but I've seen tremendous results in my own preparation. I scored 329, and I believe I started using the GRE package towards the start of my preparation, which was like 3 months before I actually took the test. So try to make sure that you have this package as much as you can. Basically use it. Like, you can do a lot of things with it. I'll tell you how to use it. Okay, now this was really important, so I want you to pay attention for just 2 minutes. Okay, alright, so the first thing you want to do is you go onto the Magoosh videos 2019 folder. By the way, I'll tell you how you can get this package, don't worry about it right now. Okay, so you go into the videos and you start with any one chapter. Let's say you start with arithmetic. You can start with any chapter, literally. Okay, you can start with any chapter, whatever you want. Alright, finish all the videos for it, make your notes, and then I'm just quickly going over it. By the way, I don't want to take a lot of time on this one, but after that, what you can do is you can go on to the chapter. Let's say you did algebra, you can go on to algebra. These are all of the questions in every single folder, and basically you just open up the question that's right in front of you now, and then you can see the answer. Basically, that's simple, right? That's as simple as it gets. And this is not all images. There's some chapters with video solutions as well. Like you'll see over here, the solutions and the videos, they might even be in video, for instance, for the reading comprehension questions. So this is the most important package, I would say. Even if you do not follow this video towards the end, let's say you quit watching this video, this is the first thing that I wanted to bring out in front of you, is because this is so important. Okay, this will help boost your scores. Anything else, is also good, but this is, I would say, almost mandatory before you actually take the GRE. Okay. Alright, so that's for the Magoosh GRE package. Let's go on and let's take a look at what other resources you can follow, okay? And let me actually show you here. You have the option of taking up this book. This is the 5-pound book from Manhattan, and I think this is some of the, one of the best resources that you will ever find on the GRE. This is actually an older version. This used to look like this until last year. They actually changed it. So if you go on and you look for Manhattan, let's say 5 LB right now, this is the 5-pound book right now. It would look something like this. Okay, so it's a little different now, but don't worry about the versions. Don't get caught up in that. They're both very, very similar. I've personally checked it out. In fact, the new one actually has a little less questions. So even if you get the older one, don't worry about it. Just make sure that you solve this book. This is a really important book. Try to solve 1 chapter a day, every single day from this book, okay? And this is only for the quantitative parts. Of course, the verbal parts, they have like a lot of questions within each chapter. So that keeps on, that's a continuous process. But again, if you want a complete schedule, I'll tell you how you can watch another one of my videos where I've given more schedules, where I go into the details of how you should be doing that. Again, that's a very long video, like 25 to 30 minutes. I want to extend this video to that long. So I'm gonna go over from here to, alright, now I'm gonna tell you about the next material that you can follow, and that is the official GRE power prep books. All right, these are the 3 books. There's one for verbal, one for quant, and one for one basically an all full-fledged book. Now all of these are different. They have different questions, so don't think that the combined book will have the questions for the verbal and the quantitative sections. No, they're different books. Okay, but I would want to point out that over the years, what I've seen is that the level of the GRE books, the official ETS GRE books, the ones that you can see on your screen right now, is the same, but the level of the test has risen, especially the quantitative part. So the level of the test is actually, the test is much harder than what they portray in these tests, and that's something that I want you to be very, very careful about, right? So don't think that just because you did the official books, that's everything. No, I would say that this book right over here, the 5-pound book, is actually a much better representative of the actual test as compared to the official GRE books, because they look simple, and when you expect that level on the test but you see something completely different, it can affect your scores, because you expect something much easier and you're getting something very high level, some high level questions that you're not even prepared for. Okay, so pay attention to these. These are still good books. That's why I'm including them, because they're from ETS and the test is again by ETS. So you should definitely go for these, but don't rely heavily on them. That's why it's on the 3rd number. It's not the first thing that I pointed out. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to tell you about some other things, such as the Kaplan Portal. Okay. All right. So now we're going to talk about the Kaplan online portal. Now, the reason why I'm going to be focusing a little bit more towards the online portals is because when you actually start preparing for these tests, you want to make sure that you're actually preparing in a formal environment, which is very which kind of replicates the actual test. So basically you should have a timer on the screen. You should have basically you should have actual practice tests with the same format, and everything should be very close, replicating the actual GRE. So that's what we are trying to do over here, and mostly that's why the portals are important. Okay, I'm going to walk you through the Kaplan Portal. It's one of the best online sources for your preparation. Okay, don't worry about the prices as of now. Like I said, I'll tell you places where you can get this for 1/3 of the actual price, but the thing that you need to prepare right now is to make sure that you will understand that these are the resources that you really need. These are the same resources that I use in my preparation, and I was able to score this 329 with the same resources. And let me tell you, these were one of the most important resources in my preparation. All right, so if you actually log into the portal and you have the access, let's say you've purchased, this is what you will see. You will have one full-length diagnostic test. You will have other practice tests over here, which are basically in a total of 5 practice tests. Okay, all you need to do is you can just go over here and you can take the test, and you can even review it later on. Okay, and apart from that, what it gives you access to is basically, let's say that you want your week in text completions. You just go over here and it'll give you some basic tips about text completions. It'll give you some practice questions, but something that's even more important is the question bank right over here. So I'm going to show you a question bank. What you can do is, even for the quantitative section, they have question banks. So you can go over here, you can basically create your own questions. They have a pool of 500 questions. You just need to choose the chapters that you need the questions from. Let's say you're weak in data interpretation, you choose data interpretation and you say I need 20 questions on those, they'll generate them for you. Alright, so this is the portal that you see in front of me. Let's say I want to select data interpretation and maybe I'm weak in algebra. What I'll do is just select those and I'll select I'll basically calculate the number of questions available. In this account, maybe this person has finished all of the questions, so you can't really see a lot of questions, but maybe I'll just select all of them. Right over here, I'll calculate the questions available, and you can see there's 520 questions available. So I can just, input some title. I can say I need 20 questions on this, and I can create the assignment, and they'll create it for you. So that is what happens on the Kaplan Portal. It's a good resource. I think it's one of the best resources because it'll replicate the exact portal that you see on your screen. Like, everything will be like literally as compared to the actual test. Okay, so apart from that, there's the Princeton Portal, which again gives you access to 4 tests over here. Right over here you can see this person has taken the test and you can see their scores. You can analyze the scores, you can analyze the questions. So all of these things are given out to you by Princeton. Princeton tests are a little easier than the actual GRE, I would say, but that's also true for Kaplan. But these are some of the best resources because they will kind of get you into the get you used to the environment that you face on the actual test day. Okay, and that's really important. So these are another good sources that you can take use of, and you can make use of, and you can really kind of use these resources to improve your scores, improve your test taking concentration, that you don't get bored within those 4 hours that you're taking the test, and you don't leave the questions just because your mind is not able to concentrate. That's something you have to train your mind for. Okay. And finally, you have these Manhattan 6 tests, and these 6 tests are kind of repeated again and again. These are, I would say, the best tests after you have finished the Power Prep ones. The Power Prep ones are of course from ETS, they're the best tests, but the Manhattan ones are also pretty good because they are kind of difficult. And the reason you want difficult is because the GRE test has actually raised its level, and people still think that the actual ETS books replicate the level, but they don't. The actual GRE tests are the ones that replicate the level. The Manhattan ones are the ones that replicate that level. And these 6 tests kind of rotate, come out again and again in the same rotating order, like 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then you again start from 1 2 3 4 5 6 again. So multiple people can use this account again and again. That's something that you can do, and I believe that's all when it comes to these tests. You can use these tests, you can kind of leverage these tests and make sure that your preparation is like keep measuring your potential. Like let's say every single week, at the end of the week, keep measuring where you stand. Is your performance improving? How do you do that? You do that with the help of tests. So make sure you take a lot of tests before you actually go on and appear for the actual test. Like, I remember in my preparation, I probably did about 15 to 20 tests before I actually sat down for the GRE, and that was still in the first go that I was able to get my dream score. I actually expected 325, like that's something that I wanted, but I got a 329, and I was so happy that day because I was kind of resilient to this testing environment. I actually did not have any issues. I was not nervous. I did not face any such issues because I was so used to taking the tests, and I believe that helped me out. So I hope these resources help you, and these are literally the absolute best resources. Again, if you want these resources at some of these are almost free, like we give them out for free as well, like the books and ebooks and everything, and some of these, like these portals, they are paid, but you can get them for 1/3 of the price. What you need to do is just get the free resources first. Sign up on our website over here, wimgrad.com. We'll give you some of these resources for free, and all you need to do is just sign up. As soon as you complete the sign up process, complete your profile, you get these delivered to your email, right to your email. Okay, so I hope that helps you out. That's just some initiative that we're trying to take to make your preparation easier. And yeah, all the best for your GRE test, all the best for your preparation. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.